Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, When Tay Talk. I am Tay, and I am here for another segment of Here We Go with the Bullshit. Y'all, here we go with the bullshit. Okay, so I told y'all if y'all watch my hair video that I wanted to talk about this and clown Daniel shit. Okay, and yes, I did say and clown because he is a straight clown. But nothing about him is funny. It is some couple things that's funny about him. It is funny how he think he can get all these batches or whatnot just off the strength of when he know what's tea. But I digress. So y'all, everything on the channel is alleged in my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and also click the bell notification so you know every time your girl upload a new video. So again, y'all already know all the bullshit that's going on. I am going to focus on some content when I get a moment's of peace. I will try to keep these kind of videos coming because they are going to be more so on the side of reaction videos. And I want to talk about this stuff with this Anton Daniels, okay? Because it is so funny to me. Like, again, I didn't know that he was from the D. Okay, he here in the D. I'm here in the D. Okay, and I just want to point out some of the clownery that's going on up around these YouTube streets because he had this situation with this young lady named Mecca. Okay, or Mika. This Mika. Fine, ain't she? And look at Anton. Now, since the Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels blow up they had, I think it was back in January, the YouTube streets have been on fire talking about and Clown Daniels and this Mika situation. Why? Because he made it a thing. He wanted this out so bad. And I want to talk to y'all about this because I know everybody think that they had some little, behind the scenes going on that might have been getting a little sweaty and whatnot. But I don't think so. And not because it don't look like it, because it damn sure looked like it was some between the sheets type of shit going on. But I don't think so. I think this was a scheme that Anton and Mika came up with to come to us with the bullshit. And not only do I think that Anton and Mika is involved, I think Rita and Mika's husband is involved in the shit too. Oh, yes. We ain't gonna leave the husband out. And we ain't leaving Rita ass out either. Because I don't think they innocent in all this. So when everybody is talking about, grifts on YouTube and all this stuff, I guess a grift is like, a scheme that the folks come on YouTube with, because y'all know on YouTube and shit like that, the internet, these old low down bum ass motherfuckers can be whatever they want to be. When they come to this here internet, when they know in real life, this ain't that. They know that's not what. Why are you doing your lips like that, sir? This is a heterosexual, married, conservative. He look real hood to me. Why he always talking about everybody from the hood like he ain't. And from what I understand is that now he making money on the YouTube of it all. YouTube is his claim to fame. But that's just what I, been seeing like as of late. Since like 2017, 18-ish. When they said that his pa had an untimely passing. And I don't know if his pa worked for the city of Detroit or something like that, but they sued the city. Him and the familia. That's why, like he was saying on Tasha K interview, like he was just the big man in charge, that none of the women in his family work. Ain't got to work because they got some of this lawsuit money. Is that why? And clown. Is that why the women in your family don't work? But I heard that's how he made the money or whatnot. And when you make money like that from lawsuits, because that's a low-key come up. Rest in peace to Paul. Rest in peace to Paul. Because I don't think he raised this boy to be like this. Because it's all performative. For a reaction. For the gram. It's all for the gram. It's for the gram. Okay? Again, I know things seem, like it's some stuff going on around here, up and around here. But I honestly think that the real grift is that Anton, Micca, her husband, and Rita came up with this to get, as Anton say, visibility for Micca. This the grift. For them to fake pretend or give the illusion like it's some type of extramarital affairs going on. I'm gonna react to the interview that Micca did with Talk Perspective. I'm gonna do a reaction video to her interview with him. And this guy knew her. They worked together before. He also knew her husband. And I got some pictures of our husband, and he been around. He was on YouTube, but I guess he took all his shit down. Ironically. And ironically, he's on YouTube as well. And I ain't gonna, he all right looking. I ain't gonna say he not cute. He kind of cute. Even in a kind of bull kind of doggish kind of way. I like him because he looked like he kind of tall. Anton is 5'8". I'm taller than him. You got all this mouth like a batch, and you only 5'8". Sir, sit your ass down somewhere. And that husband, like I said, he looked like he kind of tall. He ain't bad on the eyes. Like I said, he look a little kind of rough and scary looking. But he looked like he will fold Anton up in a motherfucking bow for fucking with his wife in this and carry on with his wife in any of this type of way. Actually, and I'm not for no DV, he looked like he also might get tied into it. And I'm not saying he don't like that. I'm just saying he looked like it. He might snatch her ass up too if she thought she was about to play on his head and his name and his reputation by frolicking around with a mofo looking like this, or even acting as corny as he do. And you on the internet with this? That husband was in on it, in my opinion. In my opinion. Your husband is not going to be cool with you flying out to meet a man that you never met before. You don't even know him. Just because he called you and told you to come fly out to interview you for a podcast that y'all can fucking do online. And he ain't coming with. That husband looked like the way, because he looked like he work out often. He looked like he would have ran to Detroit and had Anton and Micca on the news. And this a man y'all think that this girl was playing these type of games with. It looked like both of them into their bodies and their looks. And they have all right to be, because both of them is nice looking and they have nice bodies. And then we have Anton. Cut the shits. Okay, cut the shits. It's giving 51 fake out. The shit that they were doing, even on the podcast, the shit that they were doing, and since the husband is on YouTube or was on YouTube, if she would have told him, I'm going to meet up with this guy that got like 1 million some followers on YouTube, I know the husband would have been looking the shit up. And I'm quite sure he has come across some of these videos that his wife and Clown had been doing on the Cloud 9. What was it called? On What's 9, number 9? So on whatever channel, he had another podcast that he does and had, the panelists and stuff like that on. Which again, he needs to have panels because he can't do it by himself. Because again, when you get, lawsuit money, when you come up from a lawsuit and then you start acting like this money you earned, you a clown for that, for one. You biting off clout from your fucking deceased parent. How pathetic is that? That's your claim to fame? But when you have that type of money, you can buy all kind of subscribers. People be buying all kind of subscribers. I'm not saying that's what he did, but I heard that's what he do. And I know some of the people that fuck with him do. But people be buying all type of subscribers and viewers and all that shit. Yeah, y'all didn't hear that stuff up going on in like in the Diddy trial and stuff like that, where they was talking about them bot farms. Did y'all see Surviving Diddy on Netflix? They talked about that kind of like in the first couple minutes. He was basically on the phone with the lawyer saying what they was doing, buying bot farms. Because his content is not giving 1.34 million. And you also got to ask yourself, because he's so eager for visibility, as he calls it. So why would a person that has damn near 1.5 million subscribers, that's 1.5 million for some people that don't know, why would a person like that be so eager to go around to these other platforms that don't even have a quarter of what he got? What kind of visibility was Micca going to get on the 5150 show that she wasn't getting on yours? When you have over 1 million subscribers, and like you just said in the video, you have over 2 million subscribers with all of your platforms. And then you have this bag chasing thing going on to where you swindle people out of money, in my opinion, because your claim to fame was a lawsuit. Your claim to fame, you came up from a lawsuit, for one. And two, your YouTube presence seems like it was bought, because you wasn't doing anything with YouTube like that. You wasn't popping on YouTube like that when you had the hot dog suit. Do y'all think a motherfucker looking like Micca was about to go on his podcast when he had the hot dog suit on? No. People treated him as such, the lame that he is. He got some money and then you grew his beard out, put some glasses on and a hat, and now he think he cute. You still look like a fried ass egg in the face. You still hideous. You still a lame. And you have this money now, and you again trying to act like your network is insane. Almost called you something. Boy, your damn network ain't insane. You got some money, but that shit ain't no insane. Cut the shit. Cut the shits. Okay, cut the shits. Now let me go on to why I kind of feel like these little grift things is going on. Okay, this is the grift. This is what I think. This is just my theory. Okay, y'all know when talk, I have a theory or two, and this is just my theory on what they have going on. He wants to give the illusion that he this big man on campus, but sometimes he be a conservative. Which conservatives don't act like that. Conservatives don't fucking entertain married women in a way as if he was single and they were single. That's for him and Micca. That's not how conservatives conduct themselves. For this right here, he looks hood. Like a hood rat. Conservatives are usually suit and tie. Conservatives can be about, the man, this and that and the other, without disrespecting every woman that they know of. So with this here, because the way that they carried on with this stuff, him and Micca, it was too obvious to even be real. But I also think that Anton, he did want fuck on her bad. 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 To the point to where he looked like he was losing his GD mind. And that's why he is around here saying some of the stuff that he's saying about he keep a bad bitch on his arm, all this shit. He got the hoes. That's why he won't fuck with none of you dusty hoes. Motherfucker, you shouldn't be fucking with these dusty hoes because you fucking married with your ugly ass. That's why. And also, that's the only way you can get a bitch outside your wife is these hoes. Because they the only ones looking for twos and fews. I don't think in no way, shape, or form that this girl fuck with Anton on any type of level like that. I believe she was fucking Rita before I believe she gave Anton a peek at the cat. He wanted to gear off from the plan. He wanted some cat for real. And Micca like, we got to stick to the plan, homie. Because from what some of the things that she was saying in that Talk Perspective interview, I caught a couple things. And one of the things I picked up on is when she was talking about the basketball floor seats. And again, we're going to get into it because I'm going to do a reaction to his interview to talk about the bullshit that she was talking about. Okay? Again, the shit too obvious for it to even be real. This is what they want people to think so that they can get some visibility and come up. But she was saying in that interview about being on, because her and Anton had, went to a couple of basketball games. And then the one that they went to when they was in Detroit, they were on the floor at the floor seats or whatever. So she was talking to the guy in a Talk Perspective interview, and she said, yeah, I'm used, I used to be in my box, when she go to the basketball games in DC. She like, I'm used to being in my box. So I've never been down on the floor. I didn't realize that it's like families of the players and families and shit down there and stuff like that. So I caught that. So for her to already have a box at the game, at the arena, whatever they call the shit, is sports arena in DC, to me, that means her husband already got a little paper. So this shit, they want the fame. Her and him, in my opinion. They want the fame. And Clown and Rita, they gonna go along with it. Rita gonna go along with whatever Clown say, because not only let's rate their looks, just the looks, on a scale from 1 to 10. He a strong 2, and Rita about a 4 or a 5. We just gonna say looks, because she not ugly at all, but she just average. They've been married for over 20 years. They have one daughter. Now, Rita got some incentive to stay around here and play with these games that her husband be playing on with. Because one of the incentives is that all that money that he got from that lawsuit about his Paul, since it was for like a wrong for passing, If she divorced him, she don't really have no claim to it. Y'all heard that? She like, I've been dealing with this two-ass motherfucker, two-looking ass motherfucker for over 20 years. She already said he's a whole motherfucking clown. That he got mood swings, he fucking emotional. That's what I took from it. That he's a batch. So she like, I ain't about to give up the money right now. And now he probably making money from YouTube too, that she probably could get something from. But she know that ain't where the real income's at. The real income is coming from that lawsuit. And if he's buying people from the YouTube with that money, she might can't get none of that either. Or if he said they own so many properties, you should be winging yourself off of YouTube. You shouldn't be on YouTube day and night doing reaction videos if your bank account was insane. You're doing the same thing other people doing, but you're doing reaction videos to get a reaction because you don't really feel the way that you be talking. You fake as fuck. You are so performative. You're so dramatic. You can tell that he doesn't believe that. The same way a lot of those guys that's in like the manosphere, they don't believe that. Oh, my wife, she better not turn me down for the get down. Why not? We'd have probably barely give his ass any damn ass if it. I'm just saying. And again, for the guys that act like they wives do it on demand, no, the fuck they don't. And yeah, you can go get another batch to do it, but you're gonna be paying her too, and she gonna do it with she feel like it too, because the most of the ones that be talking there like that, they gotta pay for it. Y'all ain't hitting on shit like that to where somebody just dropping it just because. It's some of y'all that people might drop it just because. But for the most part, boy, please. Not even for the cutest bitches just don't drop it just because. They like I said, you might get some in the beginning all the time like that, but after the shit wing off, you're not hitting. And a motherfucker working and shit like that ain't trying fuck all day. Any damn way. Where the job at? Fuck on the job. Go your boss. Do that. Desperate ass damn women. But I digress. But it's just strange to me. Again, back to the grift. So Rita gonna go with whatever he going with, whether she looking stupid as fuck or not. She don't give a damn because she know that girl ain't about to give Anton shit. She know it ain't about to be no community money coming out the house either. Because this girl seems to me that her and her husband already got some money. So all this other stuff, I think they just was fake pretending. They were doing too much to make it obvious that they were sleeping together for it to even be a thing for real. If two married motherfucking people, and like I said, I think Anton started thinking this shit for real. Because he's a lame. And he's never been around people like this girl right here in real life too much often before he got some money. But I think he really fell for her and wanted her for real, for real. He wouldn't even admit on Tasha K that she was fucking married. She said she was married. Why the fuck you can't say she was married? Like, what is that silly ass shit about? But you quick to talk about how you married and your wife know this and your wife know that. Why you can't say the same for her husband? Because you don't want people to think that she got a husband for real, for real. You didn't even want people to know about the husband. You didn't want her to even mention her fucking husband. Even when somebody tried to mention a husband to her on your show, you cut them off and said, Mika don't talk about her personal life. Again, not even wanting to even put into the atmosphere that she had a husband, Mr. Conservative. Why is that so hard for you to get out of your mouth? Because he really wanted her. And again, I think her husband was in on this shit too. And had he known that, that's probably why he pulled the plug when he like, wait a minute, he going a little bit too far. I think he really trying to fuck on you. Well, I know he want to, but he thinking he about to get some for real. No, he not. That husband looked like he will mop the motherfucking floor with Anton for attempting to touch his wife's ass. Cause he got a little touch on that picture that they had at the game. That they edited out that his fingers was like around her waist. They edited that shit out because I know I seen his fingers at her waist side. You know how guys try to do when they give you that little hug. They try to have their fingers down, their hand down low, right there at the top of your ass. Oh, yes. This is all a scheme. Now everybody is talking about him. They are getting the visibility that they were requesting. People are talking about him and he trying to act like they hating on him. Hating on you for what? These people are talking about you because you said you the fucking conservative. You said she was too. Y'all behavior is not giving conservative. Why the fuck would a married woman be in a married man's hotel room at 2, 3 in the morning on a motherfucking podcast if they didn't want people to think that they were fucking? Who does that? So then you try to act like Corey Holcomb was trying to dry snitch on you. How did my wife know I had a chick with me? First of all, he didn't say his wife. How he know my chick knew I had a chick with? You mean your fucking wife? Conservatives call their wives their wife. Move it, Cookie. Move it. Cookie want to say hi, y'all. Say hi. You gonna say hi? You so cute. Get over there. Leave me alone. You see I'm busy. Conservatives refer to their wives as their wives. They don't be out frolicking around. They be cheating sometimes, but you don't see the bitch out with them looking like they out on dates and shit. You don't see that. So if they wanted this, if this was really a situation that they were trying to be secretive on, they wouldn't be conducting themselves like this. She wouldn't be in his hotel room. He wouldn't be asking her if he wasn't married, would she be with him on an open fucking podcast? He wouldn't be taking her to games. He wouldn't be talking about her like this. Let me share this with y'all. Debater, he been on his ass. O'Shea Duke been on his ass. what's her name? Keisha. When I tell you Keisha been she been giving him the midnight. But let's look at how he acts with as far as this girl. Like, just listen to this. What conservative, if he trying to act like if they were really having an affair, let's say they was having something going on, why would he be doing this? He want people to think that.
I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with me. Just woke up this morning. Last night was insane. It was absolutely wild. Mika flew in last night.
Mika flew in last night.
See, it don't take a super intelligent. There's a need to mention a hotel.
To the hotel to get her stuff dropped off and get checked in.
You think that's video, but you and Mika was out.
Through Campus Martius and all that, and then we wound up going over to Greektown. So we chilling in Greektown. She never seen Greektown Casino and stuff like that, or it's Hollywood Casino now. That's what it's called. It's called Hollywood Casino. So she go over there and we go in.
Campus Martius is like a area in the downtown Detroit area where like families go, couples go. Like, again, why are y'all going to Campus Martius? Like, y'all going on a fucking date. What are you walking around and you see people go down there at night because he said she flew in last night. So why would y'all be going from the airport to Campus Martius? What is that to tell somebody? This was late. My husband not about to be getting his sorry ass up out no damn bed at no fucking whatever time at night to go get no batch from no damn airport and then hanging out with her. For what? For why? And fair use. And shout out to this guy. I'm going to put the link to his video on here so you can hear the whole thing. And let me see what he was talking about.
And so we walk around, we go upstairs. I see the dice table. I'm like, oh, okay, what? That's what's up. Let's go ahead and play the dice table. So we go to the dice table.
Now they at Greektown Casino.
I buy in. First 2,000 I buy in. And I'm betting $1,000 per throw, right? So
if you was gonna bet $1,000 per throw, why would you buy in for only $2,000? Look at him. I wouldn't even be standing next to him. He looks so fucking foolish. Oh my gosh.
I lose the first $2,000. I buy in for another $2,000. And then I double that. So I wind up getting my money back.
And then I started being up. So I wanted to be up another $2,000. So I'm up 2. And he's like, yo, do you want to put your card in? Now, I don't really play when I play at Hollywood Casino. I just so happen to be over there. So we wound up playing. And so me and Mika at the table and we chilling. And he said, yo, do you got a card? You want to put your card in? Do you want to be rated? Now, for the people that
you see how he keep name dropping her. No part of this motherfucking story needed to include her. None of this even needed to include her. I went to Greektown Casino last night.
I don't understand what that means. And so me and Mika at the table and we chilling.
And so me and Mika at the table and he said, yo, do you got a card? You want to put your card in? Do you want to be rated? Now, for the people that don't understand what that means.
Because, like, look, man.
I'm going to go past his commentary.
Put Rita into it.
And so me and Mika at the table and we chilling. And he said, yo, do you got a card? You want to put your card in? Do you want to be rated? Now, for the people that don't understand what that means they want to basically track your play.
And they want to cloak it under the guise of giving you rewards for how much you bet. He's like, man, you bet over $1,000 a throw. You can get really high points as a result of this. Now, I've had a card at Greektown / Hollywood Casino. But like I said, I never go there. I only go to MG.
Let me slow down because he fast forwarded this through. So I'm going to slow it down a little bit.
And if I just so happen to want to go to Motor City because his friends are there, because it's a show there or something like that, then I'll go to Motor City because they got soundboard. And I never really go to Greektown, but I've had a card there because I got homies that play there and I've been there with them. So I'm like, nah, I don't really care about that, whatever. And after a little bit, I've been playing for a while. He's like, man, you sure you don't want to? I can just take the ID. I'm like, yeah, cool. Here, just take my ID or whatever. So maybe 10 minutes later, they push my chips off because I'm laying against the 4, meaning I'm betting against the shooter to throw a 7 before they throw a 4. And I'm betting like $2,000, right? So every 2,000 you bet, you win 1,000. That's completely irrelevant. But I got a lot of money on the table. I got a lot of chips in front of me. I got a lot of money.
So why the fuck does any of this even matter? Again, new money, always talking about money. That's lame. Most of the guys at the dice table got money. So your $2,000 ain't shit.
Money on the table. I got like 10 grand, maybe 8,000 in front of me, something like that. And I see they push my money off the table. Then I see the security pop up behind me. It's only like one little security guard. But I'm not throwing. It's the guy that's a couple people around me is throwing the dice. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, the only time that I've ever had an encounter with security is if they walk me to my car because I want to be safe, or they walk me to valet because I want to be safe, and I got a lot of money on me, or I got a lot of cash.
Why would security need to walk you to fucking valet?
On me, and I don't want nothing to happen. So usually they'll have security over at MGM want me out, but I've never had an interaction with security outside of that.
So he's like, yo, they don't want your action. What do you mean you don't want my action? They don't want your action. I'm like,
he's making this story up, in my opinion. This sounds stupid as fuck.
why wouldn't they want my action? It's the dice table. It's not blackjack. Usually the only thing that you can really get pushed off on is blackjack. They can say, yo, we don't want your business because you counting cards or something like that. But I'm literally just there for fun. So
they don't put you off no motherfucking game unless you and that bitch totally drunk as fuck. And if you in there betting enough, they don't give a fuck about you being drunk. Y'all know I does the casinos. Okay? In my opinion, most of the time, the only way they come up to you to put you out is if you don't put your name on that motherfucking list that you're not supposed to, that you know, like you put your name on a gambling list. Do anybody know if he didn't have a gambling problem? Because he looked like a sorry motherfucker that had a gambling problem before he got some money, for real, and used him and his damn wife money to gamble with all the damn time. But usually that's the only time that they come. And if you disrespecting the dealers or something like that, or you get too fucking drunk and you being belligerent, they will come and tap you and like, it's time, let's go. They don't really even talk to your ass then. They just, and let's go. Come on. They don't come talking about they don't want your action. What the fuck does that mean? So in my opinion, he put his name on this list. And they probably like, when they asked him, do he want to rate himself? And he didn't have a card because he probably put himself on the damn list. He probably gave him his ID so they could make him a card. And then, because when they see you pulling out money to fucking, they like, okay, you got a card? Because they want to start rating your ass. And that means also tracking you. So when he gave them probably his ID or whatnot, they probably ran his name like, you ain't supposed to be in this motherfucker. But listen to the reason he about to give.
So I'm around even, or I might be up a little bit, like a couple $1,000s, and I'm just chilling. And so me and Mika looking at each other like, what is this? So me and Mika looking at each other like, what is this?
So me and Mika looking at each other like, what is this?
So me and Mika looking at each other like, what is this?
So me and Mika looking at each other like, what is this?
So why is being done are the ones I see as prime gravitas, which is
Me and Mika looking at each other like, what is this? Long story short, what he explains to me is
they pushed me off of action on online sports betting. What happened was I bust their head open last year. Now, I didn't know that whatever, ESPN Bet or whatever it is, because they all like partner with somebody else. I didn't know that that was a part of that entity or that casino. But regardless, I bust their head open last year in 2023 for a bet that they tried not to pay me out on. And so it wound up being like an $80,000 payout.
Mind y'all, he's talking about a casino. 80,000 is something big to us and him. That is not nothing to pay out for a fucking casino. Especially not with them fucking sports bets. I say again, sir. Cut the shits. Okay, cut the shits. I cannot stand for these lame ass motherfuckers to always try to just pump their shit up. Like, dude, shut up. Like, that shit not shit to no damn casino. They get VIP players in them motherfuckers that lose $80,000 in 2 hours. So they gonna ban you from the casino because they had to pay you $80,000? Wins way, house way. But I digress.
And they tried to act like it was a glitch and that I wasn't supposed to be able to bet what it is that I bet, and then I wound up hitting, and it was like $80,000. So.
But yeah, look, though, fam, we ain't gonna waste no time or none of that. The rest of the video is about him getting kicked out the casino, and he hadn't done nothing wrong, I guess. You know, he claims he had something happen.
And that's a straight up fucking lawsuit. And by him saying they said he was trespassing, if he had been banned for the casino for whatever miscellaneous bet that he claimed that they had to pay him out $80,000 on, because that's the biggest payout that they ever had to pay out before in life. So if you get an $80,000 payout, you getting kicked out of the damn casino. They're not going to do that shit because they know that out of that $80,000 you won, they're going to get about 50 of it back. So I digress. That's not trespassing. Did they send you something to tell you you can't come back in their establishment? You, from what you said, you didn't even know the shit was part of Greek time. And you ain't getting nothing with this payout with them telling you this your last thing, don't come back round here. But what is trespassing is if you put yourself on that motherfucking list to say that you won't want to come in the casino more because you got a gambling problem. And they catch you in there. Then we have a problem. So if you wasn't in there fighting or nothing and got booted out, or you didn't put your name on that list, you ain't getting no trespassing. They come to walk your ass out of there talking about they don't want your action. What the fuck does that mean? Now you want to talk like a hood rat, Mr. Conservative? So again, to me, in my opinion, this is their grift, is to get the visibility from them acting like they had something going on. He came, when he was at the Tasha K interview, Tasha K said Mika called her for the interview. And I'm going to do a reaction to a guy interview that came up with a couple clips up. It might have been Keisha, of him dogging the fuck out of Tasha K, but yet to have his funny looking ass on her damn show interviewing. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about a couple things because, again, I know it looks like they had something going on, and I think that's what the intention was and what the goal was for them to fake pretend like they had something going on. I don't think they had anything going on for real like that. I think that was what they wanted the public to think, and that's what the public thought, and that's what it was. But y'all let me know what y'all think about my theory. I'm going to come back with some other little clips to show y'all different things to where, like I said, if you having an affair with somebody, you're not going to be acting like this on no damn internet because you already know how it look. You only do stuff like that when you want that situation out like that, when you want it to appear like this. To me, he wants this to look like he was getting some ass from her. And she's so damn silly that she's a veteran of this shit. The answers that she give in these interviews are so fucking ridiculous that it's just, she just don't want to come out and say, like, we getting down so I can get visibility, he can get visibility, he can try to look like he got a bitch on the side and his wife don't give a damn, and then, you know, I can get visibility and possibly put myself on, me and the husband, or her and her husband planned on getting down on Anton ass and getting some of that money from him. But like I said, I think they already got money. So she wasn't doing it for no money. I think she was doing it for the gram and the clout. Because why are you calling Tasha K for Tasha K to interview you about this bullshit with Anton Daniels? Knowing how horrible the interview you had with the Talk Perspective guy. And how silly and stupid you looked and sounded in that damn interview. And didn't make it no better with Tasha K. And y'all don't think that two people that's having an affair that's supposed to be secretive, y'all don't think that they will have better cover stories? They will have better cover stories for the public, for a reason for some of the stuff that they were doing on the show, around the show. Like, they will have something better than this bullshit that they are putting in front of us to make it seem like obvious that they're having an affair. But yet they're denying it. But doing all of this stuff that seems so obvious. I'm just saying, this is just my opinion, but like I said, I'm gonna do a reaction to that interview so y'all can see some of the points, because I'm gonna make some of my points. I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all why I think this. And then I'm gonna come back, because y'all know I'm gonna do my receipts and keep between Keisha, O'Shea Duke, the GOAT debater, LTTV, the House of Hypocrites. They been on it. Okay, and we about to get on it, because I want to hear what y'all say, what y'all think about this situation. Are y'all a foot on it? Get in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. Have y'all run across an Anton Daniels before? What y'all think about him as a whole? Because he seems like a shitty ass person to me that can't do any kind of commentary without degrading somebody, as if he thinks he's God. He said he's God as well. And all of this ridiculous stuff that he's saying his numbers are climbing. A lot of people numbers will climb if they bought subscribers. And that's what I feel like, in my opinion, that a lot of people do. I ain't saying he do it, but that's what it's given. Because even when people hate watch your videos, they don't have to subscribe to you. So you can't tell me all these people are just going to be coming to subscribe to you just so they can watch your videos. Cut the shit. Like, seriously. Cut the shits. Okay? Cut the shits. Yeah. All right. So again, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell notification so you know anytime your girl upload new content. Okay. I'll be around this mofo trying to upload some content. Okay. Between therapy sessions. Okay. All right, y'all. Bye.